Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
So if that's any indication how this game may go, it's going to be a tight ball game. Offense going to come into premium. That game saw a lot of errors coming from both sides. Looking to clean things up in the matchup today. We've got a lot of good talent out here on the field today. Good pitching matchup for you as well. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. But always fun to get this time of year going as school year winds down. The baseball, softball season heats up and just kind of revs up and gets going here. We've played the regular season, now to get ready for the postseason. Go ahead and bring you our first pitch forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Today's forecast, a very comfortable 81 degrees, clear skies ahead. I don't see too many clouds, so going to deal with those high skies as the baseball players would mention. So not too many clouds, but very comfortable 81 degrees. Temperatures, I'm sure, will drop as the sun starts to peak below the landscape here out to our left. That's brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. If you're curious on other games going around Northwest Indiana this week, make sure you stay tuned to our Strack & Van Til hometown scoreboard. We'll give you updates throughout the night as well, and then we've got that scoreboard running right here on our social media platforms. The starting lineups being introduced for the Lake Central Indians. We'll bring you that starting lineup here in just a moment. They will be the visitors on the scoreboard today, and the Mustangs will be the home team on the scoreboard. So with that, we'll give you tonight's batting order powered by Great Lakes Sports Hub, where athletes train harder, recover smarter, and compete at their best. Elevate your game at the Hub. Leading things off for the Lake Central Indians will be the center fielder Keegan O'Brien, followed by the shortstop Parker Robinson and the catcher Braden Walls. In the cleanup spot is the designated hitter Jacob Forstick, followed by the right fielder Andrew Brower. And then you've got the third baseman Connor Friesma, along with first baseman Tyler Tuffedall, and then the second baseman Victor Villegas. And then rounding out the lineup will be the left fielder Isaac Ochoa. So it should be a fun one here. That's your Lake Central batting lineup. Defensively for the Mustangs, Guaramato in left, Zalea in center, Southwell in right, Adley at third, Chasberger at short, Craig at second, Bevel at first, and Martin behind the dish today. Time to introduce the starting pitchers for today's game. That means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. Experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U, by the way. And it'll be Jack Kunis to take the bump today for the Munster Mustangs. In 12 appearances this year, 5-1 with a 4.31 ERA. He has given up 3 long balls in 52 innings pitched. He has 39 hits against him, 39 runs, only 32 of them earned, though. 34 walks and 77 strikeouts on the year. One of the promising young starting pitchers here in Northwest Indiana. Finds himself in the tops of the uncommitted rankings. So a lot of talent coming your way here. We'll bring you the Munster lineup when they come up in the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at the Lake Central pitcher when he comes up in that bottom of the first inning as well. And if you need a winning formula, we have one. Region Sports is powered by Pulse Technology, the official toner provider of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. And at this time, we'll step aside. You're watching Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. All right, national anthem concluded. We're just about set for first pitch here at Crown Point High School. And even though we're at Crown Point, you will not see the Bulldogs in action here this evening. Again, it's the Lake Central and Munster. Crown Point the host for sectionals this week and weekend. The championship will take place on June 1st. It's a long way to get there. Starts here tonight, though, and we'll see the warm-up pitches for Jack Kunis as he heads to the bump to get things started and wants to see a 1-2-3 inning for the Mustangs. Lake Central wants to get a little offense going early here against the Mustangs. Again, it was a Munster victory over in St. John earlier this month. In fact, back on the 1st, Friday, May 1st, Munster was able to get 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning, and Lake Central, who had a lead, couldn't hold on to it and lost 4-3. But Lake Central has been playing better as of late. Munster on a winning streak as well. So both teams coming in feeling pretty confident about themselves. Lake Central thinking, okay, we lost in the regular season. Let's get it where it matters. Munster saying, hey, we beat them once. Let's do it again. Always great facilities here in Crown Point, and we are just about set for that first pitch as Keegan O'Brien will make his way to the dish from that left side of the plate. Kunis, the right-handed pitcher, has the sign he wants to get things started. And we are underway, sectional number 1. First pitch in there for a called strike. The 0-1 is upstairs, so 1-1 the count. We'll see kind of how this one plays out. Early nerves for either of these two pitchers. Big game here. 1-1 swung on and missed. A lot of history between these two schools, no matter what sport you're talking about. Pitch is upstairs, so 2-2 the count. Kunis rips and fires the 2-2, and this one lifted off foul to the left. Hits the cage up there. Lake Central 23 times has won a sectional championship. First one goes back to 1971. Another 2-2. That's upstairs, and now the count runs full. So for Lake Central, working good at bats here, it's going to be key to get that pitch count up for Kunis. Last year, Lake Central was not a sectional champion. 3-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Got the swing and miss, so Kunis gets his first strikeout of the day. We mentioned Lake Central didn't get that sectional win last year. That belonged to the Crown Point Bulldogs. That ended a three-peat for Lake Central. Munster has not won a sectional. They've won 13 in their storied career, but they have not won since 2021. And they beat Lake Central to do it over at Maryville High School. First pitch into Parker Robinson is a called strike. Here comes the 0-1. This one ripped over the head of the third baseman, Adley, down the left field line, and Parker Robinson on with the single. Parker Robinson hitting .275 on the year. Certainly a number that's not where he would want it to be, but he'll take it by getting on base. 4 extra base hits on the year. And now Braden Walls, who at one point one of the hottest hitters in Northwest Indiana, comes to the plate. Pitch is in there for a strike on the inner part of the plate to Walls. He's batting .449 on the year. Oh, we got time called, late time called by the home plate umpire. When these two teams matched up back on the 1st, Braden Walls was hitting .382, and he's got that average up to .449. So that tells you he hasn't been one of the better hitters in Northwest Indiana as he chops this one on the left side, stopped by Schassberger. But everybody's going to be safe, and everyone's going to move up. So Lake Central, with one out, has got two on now and threatening here in the first. So now the designated hitter, Jacob Forstick, comes up here now, batting .360 on the year. Looking to do a little damage. He's got 32 runs batted in. Looking to add to that season total and get his total here started in sectionals. Winner of this one will play on Friday night. This one fouled right back to the screen. Good cut for Forstick. Winner will get the Morton Governors around 7 o'clock. Crown Point and Hammond Central will be the leadoff in that game on Friday evening. That pitch comes inside, but it is called a strike on the inner part of the plate. So quickly 0-2 on Forstick here. 2 on, 1 out. Just getting going here. Sectional number 1. The 0-2. This one chopped on the ground to the right side. Picked up by Craig, who will throw to first. A little bit of a wide throw, but Bevel able to extend himself and get the reach to get that one. But everybody moves up, so as long as you're going to get an out, make it productive, and that's exactly what the designated hitter did. So now you got runners on second and third. 2 away now, and Andrew Brower hitting .348. Makes his way to the dish. Kunis' first pitch. In there for a called strike, inner part of the plate. This one, swing and a miss, ball gets away. Runners do not move. Kunis was there to cover. Kunis giving a little bit of a little pep talk there to his catcher, saying, hey, that was huge. You need to keep that in front of you. Nice job. Thank you. Appreciate it. 0-2 on Brower. Looking to get a little damage done for Lake Central early here. 0-2 chopped on the ground right side. This will be a foul ball, I believe. That's the home plate umpire's call because it was picked up in front of the base. And the home plate umpire said that was picked up in foul territory. So still 0-2. Crowd still filing in here at Crown Point. Absolutely gorgeous evening for baseball. They're 0-2 and swung on and missed. And Kunis fired up as he goes to the dugout. The Mustangs come up in the bottom of the first. We got no score. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse Technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Strack and Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strack and Van Til.
Ordering groceries has never been easier with online shopping at Streck & Van Til. Save time and money. In-store sale prices, pickup or delivery, online coupons, reward points, and more. Shop streckandvantil.com today. Those reward points are very much come in handy. Munster gets out of the jam that Lake Central was putting on. At 2 on, nobody out. Let's take a look at the Munster starting lineup for today. It'll be Danny Schassberger leading things off, followed by Caden Adley, and then Donovan Craig at the top of the lineup. In the cleanup spot, Nate Southwell. the right fielder, followed by Danny Bevel over at first base. Luke Zalea over in center field, followed by Nick Crowley, the DH. Nate Martin behind the dish, and then Manny Guaramato out in left field.
Leading off for Munster High School, the shortstop, number 6, Danny Schasberger.
Those batting orders brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They are more than a dome. Home plate umpire giving a signal to Lake Central's dugout. Might have something sticking out there. First pitch into Schasberger. Misses for ball one. Time to introduce the starting pitcher for today's game. That means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. The 1-0 pitch is fouled away, so 1-1. We've got Owen Kopersinski, who in 10 appearances this year, 3-0 with a 2.45 ERA, has not given up any long balls in 34 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 35 hits, 26 runs, only 12 earned, though. The 1-1 lifted in the air out to left center, dropping and falling in for a hit. And it's bobbled out in center. But it's going to be a long single for Danny Schasberger. Wasn't able to advance to second on the drop out there, so gets the leadoff single to get things started for the Mustangs. For Kopersinski, also had 17 walks, 31 strikeouts. That's brought to you again by Enigenberg Exteriors, a premier provider of roofing and siding services with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. It's Berg with a U. This one on the ground. This is a perfectly placed bunt, and 2 on, nobody out for the Munster Mustangs, playing a little small ball to get things going. That was Caden Adley putting that one down, 391 average. And just like that for Kopersinski, he's in a jam. 2 on, nobody out. And just like that, Walls is out there to help him out, tell him to calm down just a little bit here. Is Donovan Craig. We talked about hot hitters, 495 average for the second baseman Donovan Craig this year. Batting from the left side. Already looking to put on a little bit of damage here for the Munster Mustangs to get things going. For Coach Mikolajczyk. First pitch into Craig. He bunts this one. It's in the air. It'll drop foul, though, close to the Munster dugout. Home plate umpire will take that one, give it back to Kopersinski. Little lefty-lefty matchup here for you on a Wednesday evening. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. That one misses outside, so evens the count at 1. Do have 2 base umpires out there today. One at first, one. He's not actually playing shortstop, although he's in that position. This one bunted, it's chopped, and it'll roll foul for Craig. So just like that, 1 and 2. So you got to believe swing mode on here now for Craig. Unless Coach Mikolajczyk has a lot of confidence in him to lay this bunt down. And Craig taking his time to make his way back to the plate here. And he'll climb back in. The 1-2. Misses outside, evens the count at 2. Runners getting respective leads off their bases. And now the fielders play farther back than they were than when Craig was in those bunt situations. 2-2. This one on the ground. This will get through for a base hit. Probably a run for the Mustangs. Sending in Schasberger. He is in safely, and it's 1-0 Mustangs. .32nd RBI of the year for Donovan Craig, and he gets it started for the Mustangs. First RBI of the game, Adley to second, and there's still nobody out. This is what the Mustangs want to do. Get on, get in early. Nate Southwell now, the right fielder. Another lefty-lefty matchup here for you. Shows bunt. Lays it down. It's a good one right in front of the plate. They throw to first. It will be in time. And the sacrifice moves the runners to second and third. Two-three on the putout for the sacrifice, but now second and third. So 2 runners in scoring position here. As Danny Bevel comes to the plate. Still only 1 out in the inning. Umpire's going to shift around the bases. Kopersinski fires the first pitch. This one line, and it's going to get through up the middle. 2 runs, going to come in and score, and O'Brien loses it out in center. So 2 runs come in to score, and just like that in the first, 3-0 Mustangs. And we'll have a meeting on the mound. Be sure to keep up with all things Region Sports. Be sure to check out our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and at our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. And then we've got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We got the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond, and then the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And, of course, the proud Union Home Play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a Union Iron Worker. Lineup keeps on moving here as Zalea with a fair ball. The throw to first, going to be in time. Throw to second, not in time. Getting back in safely over there was Bevel, but the sacrifice done there. 5-3 on the putout. Bevel advances to second, so 2 away, but the damage done early here for the Mustangs. They've got 3 in, but now they have another opportunity to get another run in scoring position here. Nick Crowley. First pitch. In there for a strike. Comes the 0-1. This one lifted in the air, out to left. Going back all the way to the wall and making the catch. In center, and that will retire the side for O'Brien out there in center. But the Mustangs send the first 3 to the plate, or send the first 3 on base, and they get all those runs in. 3-0 Lake Central, or 3-0 Munster after 1. Lake Central coming back up. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the top of the second inning here. Beautiful Crown Point High School. The amenities here, phenomenal. The atmosphere, electric. Little blue and red matchup. Blue to our right, red to our left. And on the scoreboard, it is 3-0 Mustangs after 1. For Lake Central, Connor Friesma, Tyler Tuffedall, and Victor Villegas, your scheduled hitters here in the second. Batting lineups tonight are brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Lake Central looking to advance and win their 24th sectional. If they can advance all the way to Monday. Again, winners today will play Friday. Friday is semifinal night. Those winners will play on Monday, June 1st. Little break from the tradition the last couple of years. For so long, it was sectional championship was on Memorial Day, the 01. And just because of the way the schedules have worked out, had to bump that back a week or so. 1-1 here on Connor Friesma. That one misses outside. So 2-1 on the third baseman. Batting .339 on the year. 3 extra base hits. Another left-hander in that Lake Central lineup. Upstairs, 3-1 at the count on Friesma. (3-1) in there for a called strike. Oh, no, I believe the umpire signaled he can go down to first. Thought he was calling strike, but it looked high, so base on balls for Connor Friesma. But that's for Lake Central, something you want to see. See the guys get on. They got 2 on in the first, couldn't bring anybody in. So now Tyler Tuffedall here. This one line down the right field line. This will drop in and roll all the way to the wall in the corner. Friesma on his horse. He makes the stop at third, and Tuffedall drops anchor at second. Here comes Friesma to the plate. They got him. Friesma had slowed down at third. I thought I saw the stop sign come up by Coach Schwarzentrooper out there, and then continued to advance onto home and got thrown out at the dish. Tuffedall stays at second base. That is a huge out for the Mustangs.
Second baseman, number 2, Victor Villegas.
So Tuffedall with the double, and he still stays there. Friesma thrown out at the dish. First pitch into Villegas. It's called a strike. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Kuhn is still on the bump for the Mustangs. Gets the signs he wants. Checks that runner at second, and we'll have time called. On the ground, left side, picked up by Schasberger, who throws to third. The tag at third is in time. And Tuffedall thrown out at third, the old 6-5 put out.
The left fielder, number 6, Isaac Ochoa.
Fielder's choice for Victor Villegas, and now Isaac Ochoa comes up here. Everything just going the Mustang way right now. About a little back pick over there at first base. Villegas slides back in safely, though. 2 out for Lake Central here. Called strike on that one, so 1-1 the count. Martin looks like he really wants to throw down to first base and get Villegas. That would really just boost this momentum. This one up the middle, picked up by Schasberger, who steps on second, and the side is retired. What looked like a promising start, a walk and a big double, has turned into basically a 1-2-3. Sit him down, and now we go to the bottom of the second inning. It is still 3-0 Mustangs. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Go to the bottom of the second inning here. Sectional number 1, Munster Lake Central. And if you believe in momentum, well, the Mustangs have it right now. There's no question about it. Leading 3-0 on the scoreboard and getting some pretty intense outs in that top of the second inning. Nate Martin here at the dish. 1-1 count to him. This one up the middle. Robinson picks it up, throws over to first and gets the out. For out number 1, Manny Guaramato, and then back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs and Danny Schasberger, your scheduled hitters here this inning. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. Kopersinski looking for better results here in this second inning compared to the first. Already got a better start. Here's the first pitch. In there for a called strike on Guaramato. Batting .314 on the year, patrolling left field today. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Chopped foul just above the Lake Central dugout. Great crowd on hand here, filling in the seats here at Crown Point. Comes an 0-2. Upstairs. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 just misses. And now evens the count at 2. Two. This one line. This will get through for a base hit. 5th hit of the game already for the Munster Mustangs. So 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the second inning and back to the top of the lineup, who started with 3 straight singles in the bottom of the first inning. Throw over to first. Not in time over there. So Schasberger, the shortstop today. Batting .352 coming into today with 7 extra base hits. That was inside, says the home plate umpire. Guaramato might be a threat to run out there. 4 stolen bases on the year. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count here to Schasberger. If he gets on, he's got 14 stolen bases on the year, so want to try to keep this top of the lineup off the base path as much as possible. Throw to first, not in time. Comes a 1-1, bunted right back to the pitcher, throws to first. And the sacrifice is successful. 1-3 on the putout, but now a runner in scoring position. So now Caden Adley came in today batting .391. Everyone's average is probably up just a notch. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. 1 on, 2 out here in this bottom of the second inning. Munster feeling some pretty good confidence here right now. Leading 3-0 early in this one. Lake Central had some promise, getting some bats, but quick outs to go along with it. And now 2-0 here to Adley. Fouled to the right side, just off the cage that overhangs here. Just in case a foul ball comes our way. Plenty of guys in the press box to try to catch it for us, so they'll step in front of the broadcast crew, no worries. This one lined and hit right to Victor Villegas at second base to get the out. No problem there. One hit, but doesn't come around to score. Still 3-0 Munster. You're watching Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Crispy Golden Award-winning flavor, Strachan Van Til's fried chicken is voted best in the region. Perfect for any party. Skip the stress and serve the best. Order today at strachanvantil.com. Broadcaster approved as well. Really good stuff over there at Strachan Van Til. Moving on to the third inning here at Crown Point. Sectional number 1. Whenever you go to a baseball game like this, there is always royalty in the house at some points. So plenty of coaches and dignitaries around.
Leading off for Lake Central, the center fielder.
So for Lake Central, Keegan O'Brien, Parker Robinson, and Braden Walls, your scheduled hitters here in this third inning. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. First pitch into O'Brien. Misses low for ball 1. Next pitch misses upstairs, so 2-0. This one lifted in the air to left, dropping, and in for a hit. O'Brien is on. He's got some speed to go along with it. 20 stolen bases on the year, so we'll see if that comes into play with Parker Robinson, who got the first hit of the day for either team here in the top of the first inning. We're in the top of the third now. So O'Brien on. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Robinson, first pitch to him. In there for a called strike outside part of the plate. Definitely we'll hear some chirping going on in this one in a rivalry game like this, Munster Lake Central. That pitch also hits the zone on the outer edge for a called strike. So quickly 0-2 with O'Brien on first. Checked his swing, throw back to first, not in time. They do not appeal down to first. It is not called a strike, so ball 1 to Robinson. Coming into today, 275 average. Chopped it foul at the plate. Get another one. Talked about working deep counts for Lake Central. Little meeting on the mound here. Kunis already at about 37 pitches here in the third. 1-2. Misses outside, so the count evens at 2. Now, the reason the pitch count comes into effect is when they can pitch again, but when you pitch over 100 pitches, this one on the ground, picked up at third by Adley, throw to second in time, throw to first, not in time. Robinson beats it out. But it'll be a fielder's choice for him as O'Brien out at second.
The catcher, number 19, Braden Walls.
So when you get to certain pitch amounts is how many days of rest are needed. Granted, we're at Wednesday now. Should set up perfectly for the Mustangs if things continue this way. And Lake Central the same way, depending on the pitch count. Could be good for Monday. That's when the championship is. So either way, set up nicely on Wednesday. The 0-1 to Walls as he fouls that one out to the left. Yeah, once you get to about 36, which Kunis is at right now, that 36 to 60 mark, he needs at least a 1 day of rest, so even Friday he's okay. Pitch misses outside, so ball 1. It's when you start to get above that 100 count that you had the most days of rest. Of course, thinking back to the state championship a couple years ago for Lake Central, started to become a factor for starting pitchers of both teams, but there is no day of rest. It's the state championship. 2-2 on the ground foul, just past Coach Novosel over there. Much like a Coach Strayer, stone wall out there. Not worried about foul balls over there. 2-2. Just misses outside. Count goes full. Kunis fires the payoff pitch, and it's fouled away. So doing another pitch here. Lake Central at least working some deep counts. Checking on that runner at first. Robinson gets his lead. 3-2, and it's ball 4. So now for Lake Central, 2 on with 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Second walk issued of the day. So now Jacob Forstick comes up here. Batting .360 on the year. Grounded out to second his last time up. Wants to do some damage here. Pitches upstairs. The 1-0. Fouled away. Just looking to do some damage with that one. Trying to get timed up there on the off-speed pitch. Long looking from Kunis, and the time called by Forstick. This one lined into left center and drops in for a hit. Robinson told to go home. He will dive in, and it is a 3-1 ball game. Munster still on top of Lake Central, making it a threat right now here in the 3rd inning. RBI single for Jacob Forstick.
Andrew Brower.
Still runners on first and second, still with 1 away, but now Lake Central's got one in. This one lined in the air to right. Southwell going back. It's over his head and bounces off the warning track all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Stopping at third, has to go to second. It's a foot race to second. And Brower back into second. But it's a 3-2 ball game off a rocket off the bat from Brower. His 7th extra base hit of the season. So Walls comes in to score. Forstick has held up at third. So now second and third, one out in the inning. Here comes Connor Friesma, and we'll have time called as Coach Mikolajczyk will make his way out to chat with his pitcher. At the Region Sports Network, we don't like downtime. Whether it's a championship drive or a game night print job, we trust Pulse Technology to keep the toner cartridge full and the process running smoothly. Pulse Technology, the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. And to keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check out our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and at our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. So Lake Central. Runners on second and third, one away. Connor Friesma comes up here with an opportunity to score in the tying run. This is going to do it as he drops it into left center. One run is in, and there's a swing to the plate. And Lake Central takes the lead. Ball gets away. Friesma down to second. Ball gets away again. He won't see it in time, and he stays at second. And the fans for Lake Central on their feet screaming just like Munster was just a little while ago. So we'll have single, and we'll have to rule errors. We'll figure out where the errors are going to go for sure. But Friesma does his job. 2 runs come around to score, and just like that, Lake Central leads it 4-3. Runner at second as Tyler Tuffedall comes up here. First pitch into him is a called strike. This one lined into right center, and this will fall in and roll to the wall. Tuffedall round second. He'll drop anchor there, and now Lake Central leads it 5-3. Tuffedall with his fifth extra base hit of the season. He got his 4th last inning, and he gets another RBI, or he gets an RBI double this time. A 5-run third inning for Lake Central. Still only 1 out, runner at second. Victor Villegas to the plate. Shows bunt, but pulls the bat back in time as that pitch was high. So 1-0. Corner infield kind of moving and shading their way in as Bevel really in, almost even with the pitcher, it feels like. Waiting for this bunt from Villegas. Pulls it back, throws high, or pitches high. 2-0. Swinging a foul at the dish for Villegas. 2-1. The count to him. So no errors ruled earlier in this inning. Fouled away by Villegas, so count evens up at 2. Kunis back, checking the sign from his catcher Martin. Has what he wants. The 2-2 misses outside. Pulled that one just a little bit too much. As that one skipped in the turf. Trade out for a new baseball. Payoff pitch coming here. Kunis didn't like the first one. Now he likes this one. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Foul ball. Issued at the plate. And Villegas kind of backs away like, oh, I just missed that one. Got a piece of it, though. So another payoff pitch on the way from Kunis. This one lined, and this will be caught at second base by Craig. Did they get him in time? They did. Tough It All doubled up at second base, and that retires the side for the second out. But Lake Central does their damage, and they take a 5-3 lead here in the third inning. Munster coming up in the bottom of the third. You're watching Baseball 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
We go to the bottom of the third here in Crown Point, sectional number 1. Got a good one brewing here, as it always is in a rivalry game like this. Munster, Lake Central. Waiting for the first base umpire to get into position here. Kopersinski ready to deliver his first pitch to Donovan Craig. Lead things off here in the bottom of the third for the Mustangs. First pitch. Inside on Craig. Craig, Southwell, and Bevel, your scheduled hitters here in the third. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. The 1-0, this one lifted in the air out to right center. Camping underneath it and making the catch is Brower. So another right fielder, Nate Southwell, who came in today batting .500, comes to the dish. Was retired on a sacrifice bunt. First pitch to him, lined and caught over at first by Tough It All. A hard hit rocket right to first, but in the right position was Tough It All. So 2 quick outs. Minimal pitches thrown here so far for Kopersinski, as Danny Bevel makes his way. He got a big 2 RBI single in the first to kind of start breaking this thing open, what Munster thought. And now lead for Lake Central 5-3. First pitch misses for ball 1 on Bevel. The 1-0 swung on and missed. 1-1. Bevel came in today batting .270. 6 extra base hits. We'd like to rocket one out here now and kind of get things going for the Mustangs. 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2. The 1-2. This one chopped right back to Kopersinski, who throws to first. And it's a good morning, good afternoon, good evening for Lake Central in that bottom of the third. They have retired 5 in a row since that last hit in the second. We go to the fourth. You're watching Baseball 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4, ajobdoneright.com.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, skill. 15% concentrated power of will. 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
Rolling on to the fourth inning here on Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network. Lake Central leads the Munster Mustangs 5-3. Mentioned this is always a fun rivalry game between these two schools. It means something to both fan bases, both teams. Nobody likes losing to one another in these series, no matter what playing surface the event is on. For Lake Central, it'll be the 9-1-2 hitter, Isaac Ochoa, Keegan O'Brien, Parker Robinson, your scheduled hitters. And that's brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Martin going to go out there and have one last little word of encouragement for his pitcher, Jack Kunis. Again, the winners advance to the semifinals on Friday. The winner will get the Morton Governors and the nightcap of a doubleheader Friday evening. Breaking ball in there for a strike to Ochoa. First game will be Crown Point, Hammond Central. The 0-1. That one tails a little too far outside. And then the winners of those games Friday will advance to Monday's sectional championship. Swing and a miss. 1-2 for Ochoa. Left fielder today, reaching on a fielder's choice in the second inning. Comes a 1-2. Misses outside. Count evens at 2. Championship game scheduled to be a first pitch at 5 o'clock. This one right back off the middle, or up the middle and off the glove of Kunis. The throw to first, not going to be in time. Just ricocheted off the glove of Kunis. Just a really bad location for him as he was falling off the mound after his pitch delivery. But Ochoa will take the infield single.
The center fielder, number 7, Keegan O'Brien.
So Keegan O'Brien, the leadoff hitter for Lake Central, 1 for 2 today. Had that single in the third, struck out in the first. From the left side, shows bunt. It is down the third base line. It is a foul ball, though. Ochoa coming into today, 2 for 17 on the year. There's not as many plate appearances, but getting the start in left field today. So O'Brien, after the foul ball, back in. Again, from that left side of the plate. Kunis checks in from Martin, says he's got what he wants. Checks the runner over at first. That pitch comes inside. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to O'Brien. Came in today batting .295 with only a couple of extra base hits. Showing bunt here. Pulls the bat back, lines this one into left, coming in and making the catch out in left, and they're going to throw it back to first. It's not going to be in time as Southwell makes that catch out there in right. This will bring up Parker Robinson now.
The shortstop, number 1, Parker Robinson.
1 for 2 on the day. Single and reached on a fielder's choice, so he's been on both times. Wants to get on again any way he can. Swing and a miss over the breaking ball from Kunis. First inning, the Munster fan base, and part of that second inning, we're up on their feet cheering. The third inning, Lake Central fans were cheering. One and one, the count here to Robinson with 1 away, 1 on. Top of the fourth inning. Swing and a miss again for Robinson. 1 and 2. 9 hits for Lake Central, 5 for the Mustangs. Runner goes, pitches outside, the throw to second, not going to be in time. So stolen base for Ochoa, his 3rd of the year. Pitcher's obviously a ball to Robinson, so the count goes to 2-2. Kunis looks in to Martin, has the sign he wants, checks the runner at second, kicks and fires the 2-2. This one lifted in the air off to the right side. Southwell getting underneath it. He'll slap the leather together and make the catch. They try to throw to third as Ochoa will tag up and make it to third. So Robinson flies out to right, but it is a productive out for Lake Central because now it gets a runner to third base. As Braden Walls comes up here, 1 for 1 on the day, single and a walk. Also scored a run. We've got time called here as Ochoa tying his shoes over there at third base. Happy to have you with us on a Wednesday evening. Absolutely spectacular weather. Sun splashing the field right now. First pitch into Walls, misses for ball 1 inside. Hardly any clouds, if any clouds at all. Blue skies up ahead. The 1-0. In there for a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Slight breeze. Kind of going towards home plate a little bit. 1-1. Right back to Kunis, who will do the foot race to first and step on first to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Munster coming up. They trail 5-3. You're watching Baseball 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Looking to score great deals on sports and fitness gear? Shop local at Play It Again Sports Maryville. We have new and quality used equipment for baseball, softball, golf, hockey, fitness, and more. Plus, turn your old gear into cash on the spot or create your own discount with store credit for even better deals. Whether you're training, competing, or just getting started, your locally owned Play It Again Sports keeps you in the game.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Mustangs coming up, trailing by a couple of runs. Want to get these base runners going. It'll be Zalea, Crowley, and Martin, your scheduled hitters. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Koperzinski's just now getting to warm up as Walls was the last hitter, so had to put the gear back on. So getting some time to warm up here. Just as a reminder, we got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We've got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowd Company is proud to recognize superheroes on the baseball diamond. We've also got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. First pitch into Luke Zalea. Swung and missed for strike 1, so 0-1 the count here. The 0-1 pitch, this one line and chopped foul down the third baseline. Koperzinski kicks and fires the 0-2. On the outside edge for called strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Koperzinski. That'll be his 32nd of the season. Seen a total of 3 total strikeouts in this one. A lot of contact. Some great fielding by both teams. Some dinks and dunks as well. First pitch in for a strike to Crowley. Flew out to center his last time up. This one gets right back to the backstop. Just misses the home plate umpire on the ricochet. They're going to check it out to see. Comes a 1-1. This one lifted down the left field line, a rocket, but foul. Almost got that one near the entrance to the entire facility over there. Crowley, the designated hitter today. The 1-2. Pokes this one in the air. Tough it all, drifting out to his right and finds the fence, and it finds its way near the, just in front of the Lake Central bullpen over there. There's some spectators mulling about on that side. Still 1-2 here to Nick Crowley. Came in this one batting .253 with 9 extra base hits. And the home plate umpire is signaling to Munster here for, oh, he needs a baseball, okay. A couple of baseballs getting thrown into play here. And now Kopersinski will get one of those new baseballs as well. And he'll use that to deliver a 1-2 pitch. Crowley fouls it away, though. So home plate umpire will pick that one up. That was the on-deck hitter, Nate Martin. Hey, I got this. No worries, kid. You're in the trenches just like me. I got this one. Martin, the catcher, obviously. Another 1-2. This one on the ground. Foul again. Talked about Lake Central doing a good job of getting that pitch count up for Kunis. Same thing for Kopersinski here. Munster working some good at-bats. Been aggressive early in counts, but now working a pretty good count here. Just getting pieces of them. The 1-2 misses outside, so 2-2. Kopersinski up to about 45 pitches at this point. If you follow the metrics, that would require 1 day of rest. 2-2. Fouled away at the plate again. So Crowley digs back in here, working a long, laborious at bat here. 2-2. Swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. So the throw over to first is going to be in time, and the step on the cushion for out number 2. Second strikeout. Now we got back-to-back strikeouts for Kopersinski. 2-3 on the put out. Now Nate Martin, the catcher, makes his way to the dish. 364 average coming into today. Doesn't have any extra base hits on the year. He wouldn't mind one right now. Bring that tying run to the plate for the Mustangs. First pitch misses low. 4-1. This one misses inside, coming close to Martin there. So 2-0 the count here with 2 away in the 4th. That one misses outside on the 2-0 pitch, so 3-0 at the count. So Walls will go out, had a chat with Kopersinski. 3-0 the count here to Martin. Manny Guaramato waiting in the on-deck circle. 3-0 in there for a called strike. So 3-1, working quickly. 3-1 is fouled away. A lot of foul balls here this inning. Pitch count up to 52, 53 here now for Kopersinski. The 3-2 fouled away. Hits the back screen this time. Mentioned Manny Guaramato waits on deck, and then the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. Swing and a miss on the full count pitch. And just like that, 8 in a row retired by Lake Central. 3 strikeouts as Kopersinski strikes out the side in the 4th. We go to the 5th. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Rolling on to the 5th inning here on Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network from Crown Point. Ordering groceries has never been easier with online shopping at Strachan Van Til's. Save time and money. In-store sale prices, pickup or delivery, online coupons, rewards points, and more. Shop StrachanVanTil.com today. Scheduled hitters for Lake Central here in this 5th inning. Jacob Forstick along with Andrew Brower and then Connor Friesma. So right in the middle of this Lake Central lineup. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Kuhn is still out there for the Mustangs. Sectional number 1 here at Crown Point High School. And semifinals on Friday, championship game on Monday. Either way you slice it, should be a good one. Sectional championship Monday. Always got to love those sectional championships, no matter what day they might be. The old tradition of Memorial Day, but having to get pushed back a week. First pitch into Jacob Forstick, out for ball 1. Comes the 1-0. Swung on and missed. So 1-1 the count here. Forstick, who got first RBI of the game for Lake Central. The RBI single in the 3rd. Fouls that one back, 1-2. It's 1 for 2 on the day. Looking to get things started here in the top of the 5th inning. Keep the lineup moving for Lake Central. The 1-2. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two lined up the middle and through for a base hit. Straight up the middle to center field. And now 1 on, nobody out here in this 5th inning. So back-to-back hits for Jacob Forstick, and now this brings up Andrew Brower, who had the big RBI double in the third. Brower patrolling right field. First pitch into him. In for a strike. Inside part of the plate, Kunis checks the runner, comes set. Delivers the 0-1. Runner goes down to second. Throw is high. And getting in there for the stolen base is Forstick for his 8th stolen base of the year. One and one the count here to Brower. 1 for 2 on the day. Comes a 1-1. That one comes inside this time, so 2-1 the count now. Two-one. Misses low, 3-1. The hit by Forstick was the 10th hit for Lake Central in this one. Kunis checks the runner at second, delivers the 3-1. It's inside, and now a base on balls. He hasn't done that too often tonight. Only 2 previous walks, and now the third, and this time to Brower. This will bring up Connor Friesman again. We were right in the middle of the Lake Central lineup. 4, 5, 6 hitters. Nobody out in this 5th. Martin will go have a chat, and now Coach Mikolajczyk will also make his way out as well. And the entire infield will make their way out as well. From the printer tray to the field, Pulse Technology keeps us moving. For more information about the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, visit Pulse Technology on the web at pulsetechnology.com. Make sure you keep up with all things Region Sports by checking out our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. Home plate umpire heading his way out to home plate. Coach Mikolajczyk says, I'm good, I'm off. And the rest of the crew will break up. Forstick will head back to second base. Brower to first. And now Connor Friesma steps in. 2 RBI single in the third. So he's at 19 RBIs on the season now. First pitch. Bunts it, and it dribbles foul behind the dish. Both teams willing to play a little small ball. Get him on, get him over, get him in. Oh, 0-1 to Friesma. Chokes up on the bat. Kunis with a long look in, shaking off. Friesma not stepping out. Showing bunt. Here's the 0-1. Bunts it down the third base line. It's a good one. The throw to first is in time, and Friesma does his job. Runners advance to second and third on the play.
The first baseman, number 15, Tyler Tuffedall.
So now Tyler Tuffedall makes his way to the dish. And we may have a pinch hitter. Nope, I'm sorry. Tuffedall is intentionally walked. So this brings up Victor Villegas. After the intentional walk to Tuffedall, first pitch into Villegas is in there for a strike. So bases loaded, 1 out here in the 5th. Next pitch into Villegas, misses outside, 4-1. 1-1, bases loaded, one out, top of the fifth inning. Lake Central leads by 2 runs. That one by Kunis is outside, and a run comes in as the ball gets away from Martin. So Jacob Forstick makes his way to the dish on the wild pitch. No, we're going to rule pass ball on that one. Beg your pardon. So Victor Villegas still up here. Pitch misses outside. So Lake Central now leads it 6-3. Runners on second and third. Infield all playing in. Breaking ball lifted in the air, and this will get out of play. So 3-2 the count now due to Villegas. Villegas lines one down the right field line, but ends up in the Lake Central bullpen over there. So out of play, still 3-2. Villegas starting to time up Kunis here a little bit. Just got to straighten it out for the senior in this lineup. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball missing upstairs, ball 4. And now the bases are loaded again. Fifth walk issued after the intentional walk, and now the home plate umpire is going out to the pitcher's mound. And I'm guessing there were some words exchanged, and home plate umpire is going to use some words of wisdom for the young man as Coach Mikolajczyk now makes his way out, and this may be a pitching change. We'll see. As we are nearing the 100-pitch mark for Kunis. Hasn't made an indication for a change quite yet. There's another meeting on the infield here. And it does look like Kunis' day is done, and we'll have a new pitcher coming in. We'll tell you who he is on the other side of the break. You are watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Strachan Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strachan Van Til.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Again, happy to have you with us on a Wednesday evening, sectional number 1 kicking off here. A good rivalry matchup, Lake Central and Munster. Oliver Swinson in now at pitcher for the Mustangs in 12 appearances this year. A 2.96 ERA. By the way, all pitching changes brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors. Your all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit eberexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U, by the way. So, again, in 12 appearances this year, this will be the 13th. He's 2-1 with a 2.96 ERA. In 47 1/3 inning pitch, he is giving up 40 hits, 27 runs, only 20 earned, 14 walks, 48 strikeouts, and trying to get out of a bases-loaded jam right now. Lake Central full of bases, or full of guys on base. They've already scored 1 this inning. They lead at 6-3. 1 away in the inning. Breaking ball to Ochoa is in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball that comes inside this time. Nearly hitting Ochoa. Looked like he may have started to lean just slightly into that one, or certainly not moving out of the way. Comes a 1-1. Another breaking ball, this time swung on and missed by Ochoa. Really nice movement for Swinson here. 3 breaking balls to start things up against Ochoa. Looking for the strikeout. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball, and it comes in, and it hits Ochoa. Another run comes in to score, and it's a bruising RBI for Ochoa here. He'll take it, though. His 3rd time on base today. A fielder's choice single and an RBI hit by pitch. And just like that, Lake Central leads it 7-3. Back to the top of the lineup for Lake Central. Keegan O'Brien now. Bases still loaded, only 1 away. Top of the 5th inning. Lake Central already scoring 2 runs in the inning. Breaking ball missing outside. Martin able to stop it nicely, though. O'Brien 1 for 3 on the day. A strikeout, line out, and a single. The 1-0 pitch, again, breaking outside for Swinson. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. 2-1. The line not officially done for Jack Kunis yet. He still has 2 base runners that are his out there technically. Comes a 2-1. Breaking ball missing upstairs. 3-1. Comes a 3-1 pitch. That one misses outside, and now it's ball 4. And Lake Central gets another run across the board. Their 3rd of the inning, and they lead it 8-3.
The shortstop, number 1, Parker Robinson.
4th walk this inning, and for O'Brien, it's an RBI. This brings up Parker Robinson now. This all got started in the 5th inning here with Jacob Forstick with his single to lead things off, and it's almost his turn in the rotation in a couple of batters. That pitch is a strike to Robinson, so 1 ball, 1 strike. And still just 1 out. Bases still loaded for the Indians. It is an 8-3 lead. Chopped on the ground. Adley picks it up in fair territory to throw to first. Is in time. Another run comes to score. But Robinson gets the RBI on the 5-3 putout. And it is now 9-3 Lake Central. But important for Munster is that they have 2 outs in the inning. So that should officially end Kunis' day. 4 1/3, 10 hits. I believe it's 9 runs, all earned. 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. Braden Walls, his first pitch on the outer edge for a strike. Sorry, second pitch, 1-1. Count to him. In the on-deck circle is the guy who got this whole inning started. Well, feels like 45 minutes ago. 2-1 pitch. This one lifted in the air to right. Going back is Southwell. Past the wall. It is gone! Home run, Braden Walls. And Lake Central pouring it on here in the 5th. Three-run homer, Braden Walls.
The designated hitter, number 3, Jacob Forstick.
And now the guy that got the whole inning started, Jacob Forstick, comes back up here with 2 outs. First pitch in there for a strike on the outer edge of the plate. 7 runs here in this 5th inning. 5 runs in the 3rd. Lake Central leads it 12-3. Breaking ball misses outside to Walls. 1-1 at the count. 1-1. Misses outside, so 2-1. We mentioned in the open, this game was a tight one. This one went extra innings back on May 1st. Both teams committing errors. This one chopped right back up the middle. Schassberger going to have to make an incredible play, and it's not in time. It just was dying there in the infield. Schassberger did everything he could, made a heck of a play. But it was not in time, and it's an infield single for Forstick, and it's 2 for 2 here in the 5th. 3 for 4 on the day.
Number 4, Andrew Brower.
So now Lake Central officially batted around and heading down to second base, and in there with the stolen base is Forstick. So 2 singles in the inning, 2 stolen bases in the inning. 2 away here in the 5th. The 1-0 to Brower. It's inside. Sorry, 1-1 the count here to Brower now. Brower 1 for 2 on the day. He's got 2 runs scored, though. Double and a walk. Comes a 1-1 pitch. Inside, gets away. Forstick down to third, and now that ball gets into left field. And now another run comes around to score. It's a 10-run ball game. And that's going to be one of those situations over at third. The runner is running into the base. The fielder's also trying to make the play. They do collide at third. Adley falls on top of the runner, but he's able to get up and make his way to the plate. So 13-3. Still Andrew Brower here at the dish. 2-1 the count. 2-1 pitch. This one misses. I'm sorry, it was 3-1, so now it's ball 4. As they missed that one. Another walk in the inning for Munster pitching.
13, Connor Friesma.
Connor Friesma as a throw down to second base, not in time, and it's at a stolen base for Brower. So Friesma digs in here. First pitch to him. Misses for a ball. Nice stop by Martin to keep that in front of him. 1-0 to Friesma here. Long 5th inning. 8 runs for Lake Central. Another nice stop by Martin behind the dish. Two-1 to Friesma. This one in there for a called strike. 2-2. Swinson, 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by Friesma. And the side is finally retired for Lake Central. They score 8. They lead by 10. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Munster coming up. You're watching Baseball 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning here at Crown Point High School. Munster coming up here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It is a 10-run ball game, so Munster needs to score a run. Otherwise, this ball game is over. 10 runs after 5 is how it works. So Munster needs to get on. Feels like a while ago since we've had a Munster at bat. Munster has actually had 8 in a row retired. The 9-1-2 hitters are your scheduled hitters. So it's been a hot minute since Kopersinski has thrown a pitch. He throws that one there, high for ball 1. Guaramato singled back in the second inning. The 1-0. Breaking ball missing outside. 2-0 now. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub, by the way. They're more than a dome. 3-0 to start things up here against Guaramato. And if you're Munster, you got to score at least a run to keep this thing moving. You're thinking more, though. 3-0. In there for a called strike. 3-1. Three and one. The pitch. Chopped on the ground high off the plate. Kopersinski will flip it over to tough it all at first and retire the first batter. 1-3 on the putout. A little too close for comfort there for some, I'm sure, but the out is recorded officially. And now we go back to the leadoff hitters for Munster. Danny Schassberger now coming up here with one away in this bottom of the fifth inning. Single and a sacrifice for Schassberger. This one line to center. O'Brien coming on it and gets the catch. 2 away. So it's up to Caden Adley to keep this lineup moving for the Munster Mustangs. 1 for 2 on the day. Single and scored a run in the first. Grounded out to second in the second. The first pitch from Kopersinski upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0. Breaking ball missing downstairs. Good movement from Kopersinski. 2-0 the count to Adley. Next pitch. In there for a called strike on the outer edge. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch misses outside, so 3-1 the count now. Kopersinski with a 3-1 count, trying to retire the side. Munster wants to keep the lineup moving. 3-1. Misses downstairs, so it's a walk. And after 10 in a row retired for Kopersinski, now Munster finally has another base runner. Quick little meeting on the mound between Walls and Kopersinski, and now Donovan Craig makes his way to the dish. Again, from that left side. Patrols second base and does a heck of a job out there. Came in today batting .495, so pretty impressive hitter. First pitch to Craig upstairs. The 1-0 misses down low, so now 2-0. So Kopersinski was finding the zone and getting those 2 quick outs, and now having a hard time finding the zone here, and Munster making him work for his pitches. 2-0. Just upstairs on Craig, 3-0. Throw over to first, not going to be in time. Kopersinski walked Adley in the previous at bat. That was the first walk issued by Kopersinski, and now in jeopardy of walking Craig here. Here's a 3-0. In there for a called strike on the outer edge of the plate, 3-1. And the winner moves on to Friday night's doubleheader, game 2 of the doubleheader. 3-1. Fouls this one away. The count is full. And now Munster down to their final strike. Can they trail by 10? And it's a 10-run rule after 5. (3-2). Runner goes. Chopped on the ground. Foul. Sun beginning to hit the twilight hours here in Crown Point. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. And Lake Central moves on in sectional number 1.
The final from Crown Point High School, Lake Central 13, Munster 3.
Kopersinski with those first inning struggles, allowing 4 hits in the inning. Munster scored 3 runs. They never scored again. Lake Central poured it on in the 5th inning, scoring 8 after scoring 5 in the 3rd. And they now move on to the sectional semifinal on Friday night. We'll give you more of those details and crunch the numbers and give you our award winners on the other side of the break. You are watching Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
To keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check out our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and our website, regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, proud to still be the only game in town. Well, that only game in town has come to an end right now as Lake Central gets the win in the opening round of sectional number 1. They win it 13-3 in 5 innings against the Munster Mustangs. So moving on to the sectional semifinals on Friday night. We'll give you those in just a moment. Let's go ahead and give you our award winners to start things up here. We've got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. They're proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. We're going to go with Kopersinski. Owen Kopersinski, the starting pitcher today for the Lake Central Indians. He went 5 innings. He went the full length of the game, giving up 5 hits, just the 3 runs, all earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Really doing the good work on the bump for the Lake Central Indians. So that's our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. We're going to go with Danny Bevel for the Munster Mustangs. 1 for 2 on the day, but 2 RBIs in that single in the first inning, and then patrolling a really good first base over there for the Munster Mustangs. So Danny Bevel, your Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Our proud Union Home Play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. We are going to go with the home run from Braden Walls, the 3-run home run that was deposited out to right field just over the head of Southwell. Really nice play and dinger for Braden Walls, his 13th extra base hit of the year. That drove in 3 runs for Lake Central, the final 3 runs that made it a 10-run ball game. So with that, we move on to semifinals for sectionals this coming Friday night. Lake Central advances. They will play Hammond Morton in the nightcap, or the second game of a doubleheader. That game is approximately 7 o'clock. And then the opener of that Friday night game will be the Crown Point Bulldogs taking on the Hammond Central Wolves. So Hammond Central Crown Point to start. That is scheduled for first pitch at about 5 p.m. on Friday. And then Lake Central Morton will follow that game. Sectional championship on Monday, June 1st at 5 o'clock first pitch. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Coordinating producer is Zach Miller. Sports director is Mike DeWan. Zach Zanelli working the production today, doing a fine job. Paul Vela doing a great job on the camera work out there as well this evening. Special thanks to coaches Mike Schwartzentruber and Mike Mikolajczyk for getting us everything we needed for the game today. Schwartzentruber for Lake Central, Mikolajczyk for Munster. Your athletic directors, Chris Enyart for LC, Mike Schultz for Munster, and then Bill Derula for the Crown Point Bulldogs, who are helping us get set up here in his swan song, his final events here at Crown Point High School. And then, of course, you, the viewers on the IHSAA Champions Network, regionsports.com, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're tuning in from, we appreciate it, and thanks for tuning in. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So, plenty more action coming your way this weekend, this week. We got softball sectionals as well, so plenty of action to stay tuned as well. We got, state for boys volleyball as well before you know it. Later on this weekend. So lots of stuff coming up here on the Region Sports Network. You can check out regionsports.com and all of our social medias for all that information. So for the final time, Lake Central wins it 13-3 over the Munster Mustangs. That is the final. You've been watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This broadcast is made possible by Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be Union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region's